Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Traveling in a New Vegan World Summit 2022. I am Bridie Reed, one of the organizers of this summit and owner of World Vegan Travel, one of the sponsors of this summit too. I want to welcome everybody who is joining us again, and thank you for joining us in this session. I would like to introduce Camilla, and she and I are going to be talking about vegan and vegan-friendly hotels in Italy. So before we start our presentation, I just want to do a little bit of housekeeping. First of all, please feel free to put some information in the chat, share something in the chat, share a recommendation that you've had, any thoughts that you've got about anything that we're saying. And also there's a Q&A function as well. So please feel free to ask questions on the Q&A. Replays of this talk will be available to you within 24 hours of this talk ending, and they will be available from the 5th of February they will be available until the 5th of February. So if you want to come back to this presentation, you are very welcome to do that. Also, it's very easy for people to still continue to sign up for the summit and to watch this presentation. It will be available to people that sign up from today. So if you think that this information is helpful for a friend or a family member, then you can just invite them to come and join the summit, and they will be able to see the replays. I want to thank the sponsors of this summit. They are Tierno Tours, they are Vegan Vacations, Green Earth Travel, Veg Voyages, and World Vegan Travel, and Margie Travels. So with all of that out of the way, I want to share my screen and let Camilla start. Okay, so one moment. Okay, can everyone see? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Right.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. So thank you very much for having me, Bridie.
Oh, you're so welcome. I'm so excited to have you on and to see you again. I haven't seen you for a few months when we actually met in Italy.
Exactly. And we will see each other soon.
That's right. That's right. When I come back with a group to Italy, yes. And we're going to be hanging out with you a little bit in Northern Italy too.
Can't wait for it. And I'm very excited to be part of this today because, of course, we are going to talk about two of my favorite topics in the world, which are actually veganism and hotels. So best combination possible. So I'm going to share with you some of my favorite picks in Italy, where to spend amazing time with, of course, the possibility to enjoy some very interesting vegan experiences. So I would start straight away with the first of a hotel, if you agree, Bridie.
Oh, sorry, before we start, maybe could you tell us a little bit about what it is that you do and your experience and what makes you really a big player in this area in Italy?
Yes, with pleasure. So I'm the owner and founder of Vegan Set, which actually started in 2016 as the first blog about vegan fine dining. And now has changed in something really special, which is a company that is about consulting for luxury hotels. So basically what I do is I support hotel in being able to cater vegan experience for their customers. So of course about food, but also lifestyle, beverage, and everything that a guest is expecting from high-end hotels. So I come from 20 years into the hotel industry, so it's something I know really well. So it's such a pleasure and such a joy for me to combine these two words, so veganism and luxury hotels. So this is what I do.
And I am Bridie. I'm one of the co-founders of World Vegan Travel. We are a luxury vegan group tour provider, and we've been operating tours since 2017. And last year we operated our first trip to Italy. It happened to be a one-week trip to Tuscany, and we've also been lucky enough to travel around Italy for personal reasons as well. And we also have another new trip that's happening this year, which is in northern Italy, where we will be staying at 2 more of the properties that we'll be talking about in this session. And yeah, I mean, Italy is just such a wonderful destination, and it's quite surprising that, you know, partly because of your work, Camilla, and some really amazing, enterprising vegan and vegetarian hoteliers that have made Italy really quite a special place in terms of just how many incredible hotel options there are. I mean, as far as I know, in the United States, there's only one big hotel that's completely vegan, but there are several in Italy, very nice hotels. So it's going to be
Absolutely.
really fun to share that with our viewers today.
Yes, yes. And in particular, I will be talking mainly about vegan-friendly hotels, with a final surprise of a completely vegetarian and vegan hotel that I'm sure you will all love.
Nice. So just to make sure it's clear for everybody, you're going to be learning about all of the vegan and very vegan friendly hotels in Italy, and also what's going on close to those places, because, you know, most of the time we don't go to a hotel just for the hotel's sake. We go because there are other really nice things around. So we'll be talking a little bit about what's close by, and why you would want to go there. And hopefully you will have an idea as to which one of these hotels suit you and the holiday that you want. Can I move on, Camilla?
Yes.
Great.
I'm ready to start. And we start with a big name, Bridie. We start with a wonderful, marvelous hotel on the Amalfi Coast. For those who doesn't know the area, the Amalfi Coast is very close to Naples. And in particular, I'm going to talk about Il San Pietro di Positano, which is actually an historic hotel of the Amalfi Coast. And they recently celebrated 50 years because it actually opened in the 1970. And when it opened, it used to have 33 rooms, while now it boasts up to 60 rooms. And it's run by Carlo and Vito Cinque, which are the owners of the hotel, and they are supported by the amazing general manager, Andrea Zana. And what makes this place so special is that it offers an old world traditional hospitality, but at the same way they also offer a kind of understated luxury, which is something it's really interesting. So, you know, it's a marvelous place, services faultless, but at the same time you feel very confident. You feel very not a rigid atmosphere right there. And in particular, it is located on the promontory within Positano and Praiano. And we can go ahead with the next slide. Okay, I would like to show that one of the most interesting thing of this hotel, it is that it's the only one in Positano that actually has access to the private beach. It's the only one in Positano with this particular access, and also it has this wonderful swimming pool overlooking the sea. And also the tennis court, as you can see, Bridie, is it's quite nice. And now I'm making, of course, a general introduction of the place. Then we will go ahead and I will show you what they can offer in terms of vegan experiences, of course. So if we can go to the next slide.
Wow.
This is to show you a bit of the mood of the rooms. They have, as said, 60 rooms, different categories. In particular, here on the right, you see the shower and bathtub that I had during my my stay there. This last year spring, it was June. So you can have this incredible shower and bath overlooking the Positano Sea, which is absolutely incredible. And on the next slide, I wanted to show you the most important room that they have. So this is the Suite Virginia, and it actually covers a full floor of the hotel. It is 125 square meters. Suite, and it has direct access to the lift and also to the swimming pool. So as you see, it's really a fantastic design and that recall the sea, and it's really special. And in the next slide, Bridie, we are going to talk about food at the San Pietro di Positano. So on the left side, you see the part of their brigade. They have a kitchen with 32 cooks. And on the right, it's myself with the chef Alois, the Michelin star chef at the San Pietro. I don't know if you can see, you can all see in the big picture with the cooks, there is also a small square with the photo of the kitchen. You have to know that this kitchen has been awarded as the most environmental friendly kitchen in the world in 2016 because it was an incredible project. It took like 5 months to build this kitchen, but actually the energy that this kitchen uses is 1/4 that the energy that normally a kitchen like this would require. So it has a lot of technology also about the waste management. It's also there are no flames or gas. It's all induction, cooking. So it can be cleaned just with vinegar that make it all very natural, and no chemicals are needed there. And if we can go with the next slide, we will take a look to their incredible vegetable garden. You have to know that most of the vegetables and fruits and also herbs that are used in their kitchen are grown in their vegetable garden, which is organic. And of course, this makes their food particularly special. And since last year, they have decided to introduce vegan experience for their customers. So if we can go to the next slide, please. we are going to go a bit deep into their food offering. And so basically they have two restaurants. There is the Michelin star restaurant, which is ZAS, and so it's the one on the left, so the table with a wonderful view. And at this restaurant now they have a vegan menu with at least 10 items. So the one that of the picture in the middle is one item that was available in the 2021 season. Surely they will change the menu for the upcoming for the next year. But here in particular was a dish made with of ravioli with smoked baby onions and fava bean stews and mint. So it was just to show you a bit what kind of dishes you can find there. Also breakfast, of course, is very, very rich. So this is just a small example. They have vegan croissant, they have they have cakes, muffins. They make their own fresh almond ricotta that you can have for breakfast. So there are many, of course, tons of fresh fruit. And so also breakfast is quite rich. And also at the beach restaurant, which is called Il Carlino, there are few vegan options. So if we can go to the next slide. So here there are some details of the vegan experience that you can have at Il San Pietro. So on the left, there is this welcome box you see with the V for the vegan guest. I'm not gonna say what's in it because it might be a surprise for if someone is going to visit there. I can just say that it's very sweet, something very sweet. In the middle, we have one of the vegan cocktails that they offer. This is the vegan pearl martini. So it's martini served with vegan caviar. And on the right, you see some vegan sushi, which is served with as appetizer with the aperitivo on their wonderful terrace overlooking the sea. So I think it's all for Il San Pietro. Can you go ahead with a slide? Yes, so was just a small summary of the place. I forgot to say that it's a Relais Chateau and it's seasonal, so it's open just in summer. And they also offer very nice, interesting courses like the Italian classes, cocktail master class. So it's really a special place where to spend holidays in Italy. So now we move Bridie from the south, we go to the north. And actually now we are in my area, in my region, Lake Garda, because I'm actually live less than 1 hour drive from there. And I'm going to talk about Le Fay Resort and Spa Lago di Garda. This brand opened also another resort up to the mountains, which is Le Fay Resort and Spa Dolomiti. But I'm going to talk about the first one they opened, which is this one. And so if you want, we want to go ahead with the next slide. We want to see maybe first, sorry, because I wanted to show where is Lake Garda for those who doesn't know that. So we are in the deep north of Italy, you see. It's in the middle within Venezia and Milano. It's not far from Verona as well. And Le Fay Resort and Le Fay Resort and Spa Lago di Garda, it's what's important about this hotel it is that it's very focused about sustainability, but not, sometimes many authors talk about, or companies in general talks about sustainability, but without being really sustainable. Actually, Le Fay Resort is all about sustainability. They've been one of the first hotels to invest very much into it, and they make sustainability reports. So all the things they do is documented and detailed. But talking about the location itself, the main thing is that it's located on beautiful Lake Garda, and that it is surrounded by 11 hectares of natural park, which make it very quiet and peaceful. And as you see, they have this wonderful infinity pool overlooking the lake. They have 2 restaurants, 1 pool bar and 1 lounge bar. And they've been, they actually have been awarded with many awards because of their characteristic of being sustainable. And the last one they received is the Worldwide Health and Wellness Destination of the Year that they had last year, because of their characteristic of being sustainable. So they harvest rainwater, they manage the laundry, they use renewable resources of energy. They're almost they reduce the CO2 emissions at the lowest level possible. So they are very attentive about sustainability. And you see on the picture on the right, it's just a small part of their spa, which is actually 3,800 meter spa in total. So it's a huge one. They have 6 different types of sauna, 5 different relaxation areas. If we want to go ahead, I would like to show you the rooms to give you an idea. So the 2 on the right are pictures I made myself during my last stay at Le Fay. And they have in total 93 rooms, actually suites, that were all featured with natural fabrics such as marble, olive tree, and Italian walnut woods. So it's all very natural, very natural. I wouldn't find a better word to define it. And when it comes to food, if we want to go ahead with the next slide, I apologize for the quality of these pictures because I took them on my own, but they're not very nice, but it was just to show you a bit. So in the middle, so they have this food concept, which is called Le Fay Vita Gourmet, which is not vegan. It's about healthy food, but you can find on their menu couple of vegan options, and they're also very they know how to deal with vegan customers, so they can propose you during the stay many things. This, for instance, is something I required as out of menu, which is tofu with mushroom and spinach. On the right, this is just a small frame of my breakfast, the things I took for breakfast, but because they have croissant, they have many different kind of cakes that are vegans. But of course, the buffet is really big, and there are vegetable milks, tons of fruits, and really for vegan is easy to eat at Le Fay. They also produce their own olive oil, because actually their food concept is really very based on lemons and olive oils, extra virgin olive oils. And so if we want to go ahead, I wanted to show you, they have two restaurants, La Vigna and La Grande Limonaia. This is La Grande Limonaia, which is the main restaurant, the more exclusive in the property, and they have an indoor but also an outdoor, small outdoor area. And this is another dish. This is a better picture than the one I took. And these are macaroni with beetroot and vegetable emulsions from sunflower seeds and spinach. So this was to show you what you can have at Le Fay. And another important thing is on the next slide, which is something I really care about, and it's their cosmetic line. They have realized their own cosmetic line, which required actually a huge investment. But now they have this product for the spa and for the rooms that are incredible. And they're also all certified vegan and cruelty free, which is, I think, very, very important. So I think this was the last slide. Yes, and now here you have details of the informations I gave before. So I forgot to mention that it's affiliated with the Small Luxury Hotels of the World, and everything is yes. All the other things I said during the presentation.
All right.
It's your turn.
Yes, yes. All right. So I'm going to talk about as you can tell, a completely vegan small hotel that's located in Tuscany. We actually came here with a group where we spent a whole week enjoying this beautiful hotel and the surrounding area just in October last year. So this hotel is a converted 16th century farmhouse, and as a result, with this renovation, the rooms are all a little bit different. They all have different views, they all have different sizes and layouts. So each room is unique, and it's located just 20 minutes walk, 5 minutes drive from San Gimignano. San Gimignano is a UNESCO World Heritage Town and very, very popular with visitors. I think I've included a picture later on, but you can kind of get the feeling from looking at this hotel on the left that it's a farmhouse, a converted farmhouse, and it's you can see the view out the back is very sort of definitely woodland, natural woodland. And then if you are looking this way, you have these beautiful views of San Gimignano. So these are the rooms of the hotel. They have been decorated in very much like a Tuscan farmhouse rustic style. So very, very natural ingredient, natural furnishings, and they're lots of neutral colors, a little bit sort of sparse in terms of decoration. I think that was a design choice that was made by the owners of the hotel. And there's no air conditioning in these hotels, again, to keep with the very much the natural feel of the place. I've been told in July and August it can get very hot in the rooms, so you might want to bear that in mind. But otherwise, the very thick walls keep things nice and cool. And personally, I like this style of room, and I think it's very nice. That's my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah, it's nice, definitely. Yeah, so the rest of the property, it is an agriturismo, which means that it is actually a working farm as well. They have grapes. They make their own wine. They grow their grapes, I should say. I think the wine is made off the property, but they grow their own grapes, and you can drink the wine that's made from these grapes at the hotel. And this is Benjamin, one of the owners of the hotel, along with his wife, and he gives tours around the property to help you understand more about the growing grapes and also growing olives as well. They also grow olives as well and press them into olive oil. You can see that there is a nice pool as well to enjoy in the warmer months. And this is that view that I was talking about of San Gimignano.
Wow.
Yes, this
Beautiful.
is just from the breakfast terrace. And you can, this view changes so much in the day. I've got pictures of this one with it all enshrouded in mist. I've got with those clouds just very, very pink from the sunset. It just really changes every time you look at it. And this photo was taken, I think, in the end of September. And if you don't know, San Gimignano is very famous for having these very tall towers. So it's quite a dramatic skyline. Most meals are taken and enjoyed outside. There is an indoor dining room as well that you can sit in if the weather is not cooperating, but otherwise you kind of really get this feeling that you're just sitting outside being in nature. And that's the same for dinner as well. You can see here is one of our groups having a little pre-dinner drink before we sit down to enjoy our 4-course meal of the evening. And it's a very nice space to just sort of socialize and relax after a day of sightseeing or experiencing the Tuscan countryside. San Gimignano is, Agrovilla I Pini, the name of this hotel. They also have weekly pizza nights as well. And they have this big, you can't quite see it, but behind the chef here
yes.
is a big pizza oven. And we're all having our Aperol Spritz whilst we watch him talking about pizza and dough and all of these things. And to the right is the picture of the dining room. So the food really is absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed the food because the hotel has an approach of having all organic foods locally grown. Apparently 65% of the food that is eaten in the restaurant is actually grown in the vegetable gardens that I didn't show a picture of. So everything is very highly seasonal. So that's why these pictures sort of reflect the season. So this is like a little pumpkin pudding. This is a little hazelnut dessert with this sort of like marshmallow kind of mousse on top. And this is like a caramelized meringue with peaches right here. I mean, it's using all of the in-season vegetables and fruits that are available. And I remember before, because I'm responsible for working with the hotels to plan a menu ahead of time. And, I said to the hotel, so what are you going to feed our guests? And I'm asking them like 3 months before, and they're saying, well, sorry, we don't know until the morning of what's going to be on the menu, because it depends on what's dug up from the garden, which for me was a little bit uncomfortable, and I was a little bit worried about that, but I should not have been, because I stayed there for a few days before our group came, and the food was just wonderful. And, it's very nicely decorated. So, of course, my food photography is not great, but here you can see a risotto. They have a risotto main dish every week. They have a pasta main dish every week. And this is a little bit hard to see, but they're trying to sort of recreate like a fish. So this is actually halved and grilled artichoke here, I guess, to resemble flaky fish, I guess, covered with like a very crispy kale leaf, which I'm guessing is sort of trying to represent the fish skin in a way. And to be honest, I can't remember what that was, but I do know it was absolutely delicious. So So it's all using lots of seasonal vegetables, and vegetables that, you know, we don't necessarily always use a lot in cooking in Canada and the United States. So it really is quite unique and special. And I've just got some more here. This is an example of the breakfast. They do not have a buffet. Instead, they serve you a little platter. And of course, you can ask for more chocolate muffins. You can ask for more chichina, which is like a chickpea pancake, and whatever you like. I think this is their attempt to reduce food waste. So I support that. So things that you need to know about this property is that it's half board. So it includes breakfast and dinner in the prices. I mentioned the food grown on the property. Now, you do not have to be staying here to enjoy the hotel's food. You can come and make a reservation for dinner or lunch. So don't worry about that. If you can't get to these, afford the prices of this hotel, you can still come here. It closes for the winter. It's highly seasonal. They have these evening activities, and Wi-Fi is limited. So if that is important to you, for our groups, we put these little Wi-Fi boosters around to make sure that people do have access to Wi-Fi. But generally speaking, when you are not hiring out the whole place, the Wi-Fi is limited to the public areas. And there's limited public transport to get to this place. So it's just a 20-minute walk. So if you want to spend time here and go and visit the area, then it's a good thing to have a car. So things to do in the area, there is a very long distance walk that goes from, I think, Belgium, that goes all the way to Rome. It's a very long distance path, and probably you won't be doing all of it, but if you want to, you can do one or two segments, and they pass very close by the villa. And of course, as you can see, the scenery is lovely. Siena is not too long a drive away, which is a beautiful, beautiful piazza in the middle there. And here is some members of our group enjoying a vegan aperitivo that we had organized for our travelers in the late afternoon. And also it's close to Crete Senesi, which is a beautiful scenic area, which you can drive through. There's not a huge amount to do except to enjoy the drive, but as you can see, it's very beautiful. This was sort of in October, so it was a little bit drier, but still pretty. It's also fairly close to Assisi. It's about a 2-hour drive altogether, but a lot of vegans like to go to visit Assisi because, of course, it's the home of the birthplace of St. Francis, and lots of very interesting things to go and see and do in Assisi, beautiful places. It's also very close, only just a 25-minute drive from Volterra, which is an absolutely fascinating medieval town that is originally Etruscan, and even has an old former Roman amphitheater as well, which is just kind of mind-blowing as well. And there are even some refuges and sanctuaries that you could also visit. There's Ipuasi, which is located near Pisa, which is just about an hour or so drive. Pisa, where the Leaning Tower of Pisa is, of course. And that's a very nice place for vegans to visit. And also this beautiful, beautiful little sanctuary and accommodation, actually, that you can also stay in and visit with a prior appointment and probably with a donation. This is in the Val d'Orcia, and it is absolutely beautiful there too. And this is San Gimignano, this little town next to the hotel itself. It's really, really cute and beautiful, very touristy, like most Tuscan medieval towns are, but Seb and I got up early one morning, really early, and had the place to ourselves, and it was very nice indeed. And of course, Florence is only a 1 hour drive from the vegan villa. And of course, everyone knows Florence as being a stunning, stunning city with so many museums and art and culture and history that, yeah, there's just so much going on there. All right, that's me done for that particular hotel.
Yes, great. So for those who want to stay in the center of Florence, there is actually a very interesting solution, which is the Villona's Django Luxury Suites. It's actually a small boutique hotel in the heart of Florence, and it's mostly based on interior design, as you can see from this picture. It's very stylish. The owner is a family that used to be into art dealing, so you can find many interesting art pieces in there, also sculptures, also some contemporary art pieces, and it has 10 rooms in total, 10 suites. If we want to go to the next slide to see some pictures. This is an example of a sample of the suites that you can find at the Villona's Django, and they're all the rooms are, the suites are all different in size and in style as well. The hotel doesn't have a restaurant, but what makes it vegan friendly is first of all, the courtesy products that you find in the bathroom are vegan friendly, but also the breakfast. So the breakfast they serve is exclusively vegetarian and vegan, and you can find quite interesting propositions for breakfast. So they have a selection of vegetable milks, of vegetable yogurts. They make homemade cakes, cookies and tarts, and also for a twist of proteins they propose, if we can go to the next picture, they propose this interesting that you see here on the left. It's a Tuscan bean served with extra virgin olive oil and pepper, which is an interesting alternative for a protein breakfast for vegans, I think, and a lot of fresh fruit. And so with, of course, also the the details of how the breakfast is served, as you can see here. So I thought this might be an interesting spot to stop by when in Florence. And one small quick thing, the slide before. Of course, the parrot that you see in the glass, it's fake. I want to specify because I asked. It's a sculpture. And so here, as you see, the hotel is also plastic free. So they have small details, very attentive to the environment, which is a touch that I like, even in such a stylish property.
All right. So I would like to talk about the second vegan hotel, which is La Vimia, which is located in the Sud Tirol, which is way up here. So here is Venice and here is Lake Garda. And you can find it way up here. And this is a picture of the hotel, and it's actually owned by the same family as the one in Tuscany. But as you can see, this one is much bigger. It was purpose built as a hotel a few decades ago, and I believe has been owned by the current owners who've made it vegan in the past few years or so. So with this, you can get a bit of a sense as to the hotel. It's got some gardens right here. There's actually a pond right here that you can swim in. There is an indoor swimming pool right here, and you can see it's kind of looks like it's in a residential area, and that's true, but it's in the small town Naturno, which is a mountain town in a valley, and it's actually, I believe it's known as the sunniest spot in the Alps. So it's considered like to be a very, very sunny place. So, which is actually a really good thing to make you choose one place over another, because we know that mountain towns can generally be a little bit hit or miss in terms of the weather. Whereas, you know, if you go to the sunniest mountain spot, then your likelihood of getting very nice days is going to be much, much improved, where the visibility will be good. So it's located in Naturno, which is close to Bolzano. And the rooms themselves, they are very beautiful, very fresh. As you walk into this room, you really smell all of that wood, which I really love. And the rooms really are quite big, lots and lots of space for storage, and very sort of naturally appointed. They're very nice indeed. So the rest of the property here is the swimming pool that I mentioned and the sauna. And this is the reception area when you arrive in, and this is the dining room. There is a very, very big outdoor terrace as well, and during the summer months, it's very nice to sit out there. I was actually there in the middle of October, so it was a little bit too cool to sit outside anymore. And as a result, this is where I ate most of my meals, but there is an absolutely beautiful terrace outside with very, very nice views. I think you're going to get a sense of it in the next few slides. This is that terrace that I was talking about. You can see that the hotel is located at the bottom of a valley, quite a narrow valley with hills and mountains on both sides. And this is the breakfast buffet. So I've never seen quite such a breakfast buffet as this that's vegan. You can see there are 4 different kinds of vegan milks here, and just lots and lots and lots of interesting looking, delicious foods to share. We've got like a bit of a rice dish here. We've got a tofu scramble. We've got a chafing station with root vegetables here. But we've also got farinata, we've got pizzas, we've got these cute little pancakes and lots of cakes. For those that don't know, cakes feature very heavily on Italian breakfasts. That's why yes. There's so many cakes. Excuse me. And we've got more cakes and little chia puddings. It's very nice. This is a bit of a sweet thing. I think it's a little bit like a semolina dish. I'm not quite sure. Lots of dips, vegan butters. This is a completely vegan hotel, of course, so this is all vegan. These are some of the beautiful dishes that the hotel gave me to use, and these are some pictures of my dinner. Always starts with a really delicious salad, very multicolored salad with a dressing. These are some little chips. And this was a couple of the main meals. Soup with like an arancini ball right here, and a delicious sauce. Their sauces really are so tasty. And here's an example of one of the desserts. So yeah, really very, very creative, delicious food. Again, trying to embrace whatever's in season. This is an apple dessert. I love how they've made this little ice cream look like a little peeled apple here. It's very cute. And they also have a weekly pizza night as well. This is Luca. You can follow him on Instagram to see more of the food that he cooks. He's really a very talented chef, and he's making the pizzas outside in the outside oven and then bringing them in for us to enjoy some very creative pizza toppings there, and just very nice indeed. Okay. So a few things that I didn't touch on is that it's half board. It includes breakfast and dinner. It does completely close for the winter, like the other hotel as well. So, you know, make sure that you can actually go visit if you're planning on going there. I think they were closing just in middle of October. But it definitely is a type of hotel that could be used as a bit of a retreat. So if you wanted to organize a retreat to go there, or some sort of health-based trip, it could be really nice. That wasn't our focus for going. Our focus was to see if it would be a good fit for our trips, and we thought that it did, and the food was excellent. It's very popular with Europeans, so that's interesting. And interestingly, it is mostly German speaking in this area. Of course, they speak and understand Italian too, but this is located very close to the Austrian border. And as a result, it is mostly German speaking, which is a little bit mind-blowing to me. And it would be a fantastic spot if you were traveling between Austria and Venice, or Austria and Milan, or from Switzerland to Italy. It would be a really cool place to go. So, this is the valley that the hotel can be found in, and you can see the valley with the two mountains on either side, and this is us in a gondola taking us up to the top of the mountain here. We could have walked up the top of the mountain, but we decided to take the gondola up to save ourselves some time. So it means that the mountains are extremely accessible. If you are somebody from North America, and you've gone out into national parks and to walk and hike, it can often feel like it's very sort of wildernessy, and that you need to have, carry equipment for all the possible eventualities if you want to just do a little basic walk in the mountains. It's really not like that in Europe at all. And, even people who have accessibility problems, I shouldn't say problems, issues, they can still get up and enjoy the mountains by using this incredible network of gondolas that are found just in this valley. There are several gondolas, and this is a view from the top of this mountain looking down, so you can kind of get a bit of a sense of the mountains on the other side. And these are the signposts that dot the network of paths around the area. Everything is just so well signposted that there is not a great concern of getting lost like there might be if you're traveling in the places in North America. Sorry, I'm going to just have to stop sharing a little minute because I can't. There we go. Just there. Can you see my screen, Camilla?
Yes, it's it's not very, oh yes, now it's perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
So there are so many, I'm just going to see if I can make this a little bit smaller for a second. Just one moment. So there are so many things that you can do in this area, and this is the website for Naterno or Naterns for this place, and you can see that there are just so many so many hikes and things that you can do. And it's just so well organized for people that would like to enjoy this place. I mean, there is so much, so many activities and things that you can do. And this is a hiking map of the area. You can see it's very, is that Naterno? No, that says I'm sorry. Okay, so you can see lots and lots and lots of walks, and you can just go onto this website and just see just how many hikes there are that you can do in the area. So there's valley walks. These are walks in the valleys that are really, really easy to do. You can access the high country with these gondolas that I referred to. They have all of these themed walks. There's a lot of physical walks and lots of walks with natural beauty, but there's also cultural walks and all sorts of different things. So if you really like to do long distance walking, you can indulge in that here with none of the dangers, not as many of the dangers as you might find. And for those people that do want a challenge, there's a lot of really technical hiking as well, and mountain climbing and mountaineering. And there are mountain huts as well that you can go and stay in. It's really well developed for bicycles, whether it's just your regular road bikes or mountain biking or e-bikes. You can even organize bike shuttles so that you don't need to come back. You just cycle, and then they will pick you up and bring you back. It's also really, really great for public transport. There's a train to this valley as well, so that's really helpful too. So there's really a lot of wonderful things you can do in this area. And it's not just physical stuff as well. There's a lot of cultural stuff as well, some really cute little old towns called, this particular one is called Glurns, and there's special foods that you can eat, and there's castles and beautiful old churches, and there's also some really incredible scenic drives. So this is the Stelvio Pass, which is, kind of a crazy road, and we went up there and had a fun lunch at the pass, and it was really awesome. And that's it for the Vegan Hotel of Vimea.
Now we go back to the south, Bridie. We go to Rome. So I thought it was, not necessary to show on the map where Rome is. I think everybody more or less know. But I wanted to show you where the hotel is located in the center of Rome. So B Hotel Raphael is actually in the center of Rome, and it's behind Piazza Navona, so very close to the high-end boutiques and fancy streets of Rome. And this hotel is a 5-star luxury relais chateau, which is completely vegetarian and vegan. So this is something really amazing, I think, to find in Italy, in the center of Rome, such a stunning property, completely vegan and vegetarian. Here you see the facade, which is completely covered with this stunning bougainvillea and American vine and wisteria, which makes it really, really beautiful. And we can go ahead with the slide. I would like to show here the position. As you can see, they have this wonderful terrace overlooking the rooftops of Rome and the domes of Rome. So it makes a really special location. This is actually the terrace where the restaurant of the hotel is located. The restaurant is called Mater Terra. And later on, I will show you some really interesting stuff that they make at the restaurant. And the hotel is really art-oriented. It was built in 1963, and since beginning, the owner used to have a lot of attention to art. So there is kind of art collection in there. There are some Picasso ceramics and other important artists pieces in the lobby and all in the whole hotel. And the hotel has a total of 50 within rooms and suites. So if we can go to the next slide to show how they look. So this is just a sample of the style of the suite of the Hotel Raphael rooms. And if we can go ahead, I would love to show you a bit about the restaurant. So the restaurant has a collaboration since 2014 with Italian chef Pietro Lehmann, which is the owner of Restaurant Gioia in Milan, which has been the first European restaurant completely vegetarian to be awarded with a Michelin star. And so they collaborate with chefs since 2014. And as said, all breakfast and all the menus are completely vegetarian and vegan, mostly organic. And they are also very attentive in not using too much fat, too much sugar, too much salt. So they have a very healthy point of view about food. They never exceed with it. And also the wine list is follow the same philosophy. So mostly of the wines on the wine list are organic, are natural, and vegan, certified vegan. So here in the pictures, so on the picture here on the right is a picture I took myself to a guest, and I think it's a nice representation of La Bella Vita in Rome. And while these two are two dishes that I enjoyed there during my last stay, and specifically the one here on the left, it's called Walk in the Wood, and it's a pumpkin, mushrooms, and marjoram terrine with sprouts and eggless mayonnaise. While here on the right, in the center, you can see the artichoke Romana style with breaded seitan, potato rosti, and a miso mayonnaise. So this is to give you an idea of the kind of cuisine that they make. It's not all vegan, but also the vegetarian dishes can be made in a vegan version. And I think this was the last slide. Yes, this is a summary of what's going on at the Hotel Raphael in the center of Rome. Yes, as I forgot to say that there are also masterpieces by Miro, so, and lithographs from the Chirico, so very important art collection in there. And I think it's a really interesting and fancy address for vegans looking for a special night.
Yes, perfect for a honeymoon, I think.
Yeah, true.
All right. So this hotel that I would like to talk to you about is a vegetarian hotel that is definitely vegan leaning. I wouldn't be surprised if it became completely vegan soon. It's actually owned by the same family that I was referring to with La Vimea and the Agrovilla Epini. A different member of the family owns this one, I believe. And I have not stayed in this hotel. I will be staying in this hotel. When I went to visit this area, it had just closed between the summer and the winter seasons. So we weren't able to go and have a look at that at all. But sorry, one moment. Yeah. So I just want to open up this little slide just to show a little bit about what this place is, where it's located, because it's a little bit hard to sort of understand necessarily, but this is located in Cesar Alm. And Cesar Alm, or Alpi di Suesi, Suesi, is that right, Camilla? Am I saying
Alpe di Susa.
Susa. Alpe di Susa in Italian, Cesar Alm in Germany, a German, because this is also a German-speaking area of Italy. Yeah. And it's located in a UNESCO World Heritage for the highest pasture, mountain pasture in Europe, and it's a really very beautiful, beautiful spot indeed. Sorry, I just need to. I'm having a bit of an issue with my. There we go. That's better. Okay, let's see if this has popped up now. So the location of the hotel is in that pasture land that I was referring to, and these are all chairlifts, ski lifts, things like that. And you can see there's no sort of real proper roads taking you up here. All of this is the pasture land, and to get to the top here you can take a gondola, and yeah, it's very nice indeed. And the rooms are very much very comfortable, sort of very luxury ski chalet kind of thing. I should say that this area is very popular for hiking and just enjoying the views and mountain biking in the summer. And then it closes between seasons. And then it's very, very popular as a winter destination for all different kinds of skiing as well. So this is a place that you can also enjoy in the winter time. So yes, it does have a swimming pool with incredible views all throughout it, and because it's Europe and because it's for the winter as well, you've got lots of saunas and all of this stuff, so you can enjoy that. And as you can see, the outlook is just absolutely beautiful with these incredible dramatic shape of the Dolomites, and just absolutely stunning views. Here you can see like these waterfalls all coming down, and fire pits, and just outside living and enjoying the crisp, fresh mountain air. It's really rather special. So yeah, more of that here. So as I mentioned, it is it's vegetarian, but definitely vegan forward. The owner of La Vimeyage, from what I could tell, she's like the matriarch of the family, and she sort of said that I think it'll become vegan one day soon, which is of course something really fun to look forward to. And I went through their social media and found their vegan foods that they have, and this is not your normal ski lodge food at all. You can see it's really quite gourmet and high-end and beautiful. And of course, all of the options are nice and easily marked, so it's easy to understand. And yeah, I think that's probably all I can say about that particular one, but I do want to talk a little bit about the kinds of things that there are to do there. So I'm going to just play this very, very short little video, because it's very hard to get a sense of just how beautiful this area is unless you sort of see it. So. it's a very beautiful spot.
Definitely.
And this is me on my visit here. It's actually very interesting because all of this area, there are lots and lots of hiking trails, walking trails. Of course, you can get out, climb up into the mountains as well, but there's all of these little refuges so that you can just come up here even for the day and just enjoy an Aperol Spritz with, you know, these absolutely stunning views. And here is us walking around the pasture land there. We had beautiful, beautiful weather that day. We were so incredibly lucky, and it was just beautiful. Yeah. Okay, I did want to just talk a moment, a little bit. I did open up a few tabs here to just give you a bit of a sense as to what this, what Cesar Alm is like. So this is one of these amazing 3D maps that Europe just does so well. So you can see here, this is Castle Ruth. This is where actually we based ourselves when we went to visit Cesar Alm. We were just here overnight, and we just drove over here, parked, and we took the gondola up to here. And then this is the whole of the pastoral area that I was referring to. You can see all of these little chairlifts and places that you can ski runs. Of course, lots and lots of different ski runs. The whole area is very, very accessible. So this, I think, is the downhill skiing, if I remember well. And of course, cross-country skiing is very, very popular as well. You can definitely enjoy cross-country skiing. You know, it's kind of amazing if you like that kind of thing. There's tons and tons of information here. They've got tons of information in English as well. So, you know, you don't have to speak Italian or German to be able to really plan your trip incredibly well. And in the summer, it's extremely popular for trail running. As you can imagine, it's just like an absolute heaven, and everything is so well organized on this website. So you've got all of the routes. You can choose the trails, you can download the navigation information, you can even fly through the air and see exactly where the route will take you. So yeah, they have incredible events there as well. It's pretty amazing. And of course, they have so much hiking, 450 kilometers in total, and different kinds of tours based on your interest. Mountain climbing as well. Excuse me. And this is like a summer map as well. So here you get a good sense of all of the different hikes and how you can access different parts of the mountain as well. And yeah, I think I showed that. Excuse me. Oh, yeah. So as I mentioned, hiking, of course, is a no-brainer. Of course, this is a really great way to do hiking. A lot of very easy hiking options, as well as much more technical hiking as well. Lots of different kinds of biking. Climbing is really popular, mountaineering, swimming. There are some lakes as well. And if you wanted to do some more sort of technical stuff, then you can organize a guide to take you around these areas as well, which of course is very important when you're doing sort of more of the technical stuff, maybe doing some stuff on glaciers as well. So you can hire guides. And as I mentioned, there's tons of downhill skiing, cross-country skiing. It's a winter wonderland for kids as well, snowshoeing, winter walking, tobogganing, and ice skating. There really is just something for everyone. And of course, you have the opportunity, if you would like to come and join and enjoy these hotels. We have a Northern Italy trip, which is just actually sold out, where we'll be staying at Pure Paradiso, the one that I just showed you, and La Vimea in Northern Italy, as well as some other non-vegan but hotels that are working with us. This trip is actually sold out right now, but you can put your name on the wait list if you are interested. And also we have some spots left for our trip to Tuscany, where we base ourselves in the Tuscan villa for a whole week and do many of the things, all of the things that I referred to in our presentation there. Okay, I think that's our slideshow finished, Camilla. So if anybody has any questions or any comments they would like to make about anything that we have said, please feel free to put something in the chat and Q&A. But are you going to be visiting any of these hotels this year, Camilla?
I hope so. I hope to visit all of them, actually. That's my goal. And I hope that the people that listen to us made a nice trip through Italy, and I hope we made them dream about nice locations, nice places, and go back to traveling, that we all need it so desperately.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Thank you, Camilla. And we've just had a question pop up here. Lee says, do you have a suggestion for Milan? I take it that she means a hotel suggestion.
Hotel.
Do you have a hotel suggestion for Milan? Because I know that's fairly close to where you live, so you might know of a good one.
Yes, I'm thinking of something interesting. Well, actually, the Mandarin Oriental in Milan is quite good. They have interesting, vegan approach. And let me think, what else can I think about? Maybe something at Armani Hotel. So these two might be, of course, they have not a specific line or offering, but if you, I'm working on that. I would like to have, to make some collaborations and have nice hotels in Milan ready to go for vegans. But these two I mentioned, I'm sure that if you tell them that you're traveling as a vegan, at least they know what they're talking about and what you're talking about, and then can arrange something nice for you. So Mandarin Oriental and Armani.
Fantastic. And I feel like I just want to add, it's not a hotel at all, but it's a high-end dining experience. Joia, Joia, is a beautiful vegetarian but very vegan forward restaurant that is a Michelin starred one. I believe it's the only Michelin starred vegetarian restaurant in Italy, correct?
Yes,
and
it's correct.
Very beautiful from what I can tell. I haven't dined
and
there,
also as a restaurant in Milan, I would highly recommend Al Tatto Bistro, which is so it's not high-end as Joia, but it's vegetarian vegan, but it's really an interesting culinary experience there. So Al Tatto Bistro, it's an address I highly feel to recommend.
Fantastic. And Peter is asking us if there are any vegan friendly hotels in Napoli, in Naples. Positano is fairly close to Naples, but it's not in Naples.
It's not in Naples. Any name that comes to my mind right now, but maybe if I can leave my email address, or I can, if you want to join me through socials on Vegan Set, I will be happy to find out something for you, because right now I don't have any names, but surely I have my list and I can find out something interesting.
I would say, generally speaking, vegan is well understood in Italy. Vegano is well understood, and most hotels will have things to eat for breakfast. They'll have like non-dairy milks and things like that. So it's going to be a little bit basic and certainly not even close to the offerings that we've talked about here.
Yes, of course.
But you're certainly not going to starve or have to explain yourself so much.
Yes, absolutely. You can at least a nice pasta can always available in many ways, almost everywhere. So
that's right.
I agree with you, Bridie.
Fantastic. Well, we'll just continue checking these questions and the comments in this chat. Those people that have joined us, I want to thank you so much for sticking with us for this whole presentation. We really hope that you found it useful. Thank you, Camilla, so much for preparing such an interesting, informative talk. Italy is such a famous and wonderful and great destination. It's really, really wonderful to know that there are some vegan hotels and vegan friendly hotels that are going to really help us have a wonderful holiday. So Camilla, just remind us again, how can people get in touch with you?
So people can contact, I have a website, which is www.veganset.com, or through my social, in particular Instagram, so Veganset, and I will be happy to meet you there and maybe have an exchange and suggestions and anything else you might need. You know, I'm really proud of my country, of course, and I'm working hard to make more and more hotels available to host vegan guests in the right way.
Fantastic. Wonderful. All right. I want to remind everybody that you will be able to go and watch this replay within 24 hours of this talk going live, and make sure you go to nvw22.heysummit.com to see all of the other talks that are coming up and to watch replays of any of the talks. Thank you so much, Camilla.
Thanks to you, Bridie. Thanks for having me, and see you soon.
Yes, I'm excited. Bye now.
Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.